Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Even though I was going to watch these dumb reviews, I'll do it anyways. A huge CGI snorefest, in my opinion. If you want to get the grade and not have it spoil anything, I give it a C. You'll probably never watch it again. There you go. While the music was good, Danny Elfman usually delivers. He makes good scores. The film itself just seemed off to me. You could tell it had been 80% reshot, and there were some scenes that just really stuck out like out of the match. And it felt like being dropped into the middle of the story. And no, it had nothing to do with the fact that it's number 2, because it's not really Doctor Strange. It's Doctor Strange 2, but it's not really. It doesn't really have anything to do with the first one, The Mormamu guy, nothing. The bad wizard who ran off because he was jealous of Doctor Strange, became Sorcerer Supreme, nothing. None of that happens. None of that exists. Well, it exists, just doesn't happen. Has no effect on this movie. It's because so much of this thing takes place in that horrible Wanda TV show that the other parts just happen off screen. So it's like, and the parts that are supposed to be explained in that crappy Wanda TV show aren't explained properly. It's just, okay, this is why she goes nuts. That's the only reason it happens with that. But it's supposed to be, well, if you watch WandaVision, you'll understand it. I suffered through WandaVision. Okay? And I still felt lost with this movie. At some points. They feel a little bit of America Chavez's powers and backstories in a small little scene that if they extended it, let's be honest, would have brought the movie completely down because that character kills any comic she's involved with. If she's the main character, that book will not reach its end. Guaranteed. It's happened time and time and time again. She is one of the core characters of the whole Comicsgate thing. And it's not because she's a lesbian Hispanic woman. It's because people that write her don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like the person who wrote this movie, she's fine. She's a fine character. She's a little annoying at times, but that's because she's a teenager. Teenagers are supposed to be annoying. Children are supposed to be annoying. In this movie, Chavez isn't some thing walking up Doctor Strange saying how, well, you're a white man, you have privilege, and blah, 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 patriarchy, leftism, racist, everything's a phobe. She doesn't do that shit. At one moment, she steals food because she thinks it's supposed to be free in this universe when it's not. And, oh, it's free in a lot of universes, I don't know why it's not free here, and you gotta pay for it. And, oh, wait, no, that universe you're in isn't free either. So that's the one thing you can kind of see. It's like, okay, you can kind of maybe, if you really wanted to push it, like if you wanted to be like a Geeks and Gamers type person, and you wanted to like get like 10 videos out of how horrible something is, how it triggers you, then you could say, she's preaching against, what's that stupid thing? Capitalism, that she wants this communism and that kind of shit. You could push it that far if you really wanted to, but to a regular person or a sane person, no. It's just a joke about how in her universe no one pays for food, and how in our universe and how this other universe where everything's slightly different, like Doctor Strange wears blue instead of red. That one also makes you pay for food. None of the acting is horrible. The story was meh. I think without Elfman's score, I would have hated it a lot. I would have hated this film a lot more. The score actually helps the film movie because it actually makes some scenes memorable. Made some of the scenes memorable in my mind after I watched it. Because I watched this movie back on May 11th. This review won't come out until like the second Friday in June, and it's currently May 31st. That's how long I've watched this thing. This film does focus mostly on Wanda, and at the end, well, it just ends. I'll probably never watch it again, as I said. Much like the rest of Phase 4, I'll only get it if it's like $10 or under. It's like I now own Shang crap and Black Widow and Eternals because they were all under 10. Well, actually, Black Widow and Eternals were gifts. Shang-Chi and Jungle Cruise. That's even though it's not Marvel. It's still Disney from last year. I have because Best Buy had a little sale a couple weeks ago, and that was those things worth $10. None of these films have ever had any real rewatchability to me, and I probably wouldn't really be mad if I saw them in theaters. Yo ho, a pirate's life for me. Even though I do have the Regal card, because as I've said in other reviews, it takes me like an hours to get to the theater in my area. That's how far out I am. So I have to wait. It's a big event for me. Not event. You know what I mean? To go to the movies. So seeing a really bad one or a mediocre one in theaters just pisses me off. Which is why I started to watch cams. Although I will say this one is better than Black Widow or Eternals, and definitely better than Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi is still the worst movie ever to come out of Marvel, in my opinion, at least Marvel Studios. Because that's definitely not as bad as like Howard the Duck or the Captain America movies from the 90s and the 80s, and the Fantastic Four movie that was so bad wasn't even released. Well, probably released. I didn't even finish Shang. That's how bad that one was. Or boring, at least. I give it a C, and like I said, I'll probably never watch it again. It's just a huge CGI snorefest. And the fact that they had the three guys, everybody with powers die to Wanda, and Captain Carter survive. It's kind of stupid in my opinion. She's immortal. You think a regular person with just super strength, you think she would have taken her out very easily and not just had a couple fights? It should have been one hit dead. Because she one-shotted Black Bolt, Mr. Fantastic, and Captain Marvel. And not Doctor Strange, Professor X. Captain Carter should have went down like that. Should have been nothing. So thanks for watching, even though nobody does, because these reviews don't get any views, and have a good one.